what your country did you
Kennedy has been shot.
I have these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Turn of the century, the terrorist group Al-Qaeda attacked U.S. territory and produced one of the biggest attacks of terror ever implemented in the world by attacking the World Trade Centers. The aftermath of 9/11 was brutal, and the World Trade Centers were demolished and perished and not even recognizable.
The 9/11 crisis. The U.S. foreign policy, once focused on competing with the Soviet Union in the Cold War, has now officially changed to another thing.
Terrorists are traitors to their own faith, trying in effect to hijack Islam itself. The enemy of America is not our many Muslim friends. It is not our many Arab friends. Our enemy is a radical network of terrorists and every government that supports them.
To President Bush's address to Congress on September 20th, 2011, the U.S. has now declared war on all terrorist organizations, including Al-Qaeda and its leader, Osama bin Laden. The Iraq War will last for 8 years, from 2003 to 2011. It will result in the execution of the dictator Saddam Hussein and the establishment of a democratic government in Iraq. It will also result in the most unpopular war since the Vietnam War.
Biden came onto the scene after attacks on 9/11 to go along with conflicts in the Middle East. He was one of the people who was believed was behind the attacks on 9/11. His influence impacted America in numerous ways because he was behind other numerous acts of terrorism. He's been on the 10 most wanted fugitives and FBI most wanted list ever since 1998 because of his role in other terrorist activities. Because of his involvement in 9/11, from 2001 to 2011, he had a $25 million bounty that had to find him dead or alive. In addition, while this was all occurring, the U.S. took actions of their own to go and find Osama bin Laden. His actions questioned the United States' vulnerability, and the U.S. took a stand by improving its national security, by adding programs such as Homeland Security and improving the NSA program. Homeland Security, the newest out of the two, was used to prevent terrorist attacks within the United States, as well as reduce the vulnerability of the U.S. to terrorism and minimize the dangers that can come along with it.
Good evening. Tonight, I can report to the American people and to the world that the United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden, the leader of Al-Qaeda, and a terrorist who's responsible for the murder of thousands of innocent men, women, and children.
Addressed that there has been a new leader, a new uprising for Al-Qaeda, and the new leader's name is Mustafa Abu al-Yazid, and then an attack could occur at any time in the United States for vengeance of Osama bin Laden. It has been stated that the next attack might be one of the anniversaries of 9/11. In connection with the war hunt for Osama, the United States went to Afghanistan to put an end to the Al-Qaeda group. The U.S. in 2001 set up shop and set up military bases in Afghanistan. While doing so, the terrorists started to move out of the country into neighboring Pakistan. The U.S. was driving them away from power. The U.S. initially wanted Afghanistan to hand over Osama and other affiliates of Al-Qaeda to the United States. It was a game of cat and mouse, as Afghanistan wanted to hand over bin Laden to the United States if they had solid evidence, and the U.S. rejected the offer. And this went on for a period of time before the U.S. had enough and decided to intervene on their own. They deployed troops into the United States, and they've been there from 2001 until present day.